This week, the House Oversight and Accountability Committee referred both Hunter and James Biden, that's the son and the brother of President Biden, for criminal prosecution for making false statements to Congress. According to members of the committee, both Biden family members lied to Congress in order to hide President Biden's involvement in the influence peddling scheme that literally netted millions of dollars for the Biden family. If the Biden Justice Department fails to do its job and act on this recommendation, as expected, then what can we anticipate next from Republicans in Congress? Well, joining me now to discuss this and more is Congressman Eric Burlison. He serves on the House Oversight and Accountability Committee, as well as the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. He represents the 7th Congressional District of Missouri. Congressman Burlison, welcome back to Washington Watch. Always great to have you.
Great to be here.
All right. Well, you are on the Oversight Committee. Why this recommendation now, and why is it necessary, in your opinion?
Well, I wish we had gotten to this point sooner, but the bureaucracy of the staff, unfortunately, don't work as fast as we would like them to. But it became clear immediately in Hunter Biden's deposition that there was a lot of inconsistencies with his testimony and the testimony of the brother of the president, Jim Biden. In addition, there were a lot of inconsistencies with other testimony from Devin Archer to Tony Bobulinski, as well as just inconsistencies with the records. And so there's a few things that I think that he is absolutely guilty of lying to us about. And one of those is that he said, when Hunter said that he had no connection to the Rosemont Seneca Bohai account. Now, he wants to distance himself from that account because everyone who's been connected to that account has gone to jail, but he wants to distance himself. But the truth is, when he said to us that he had no connection, he was telling a lie. He had his money from Burisma was funneled through that account and then to him. In addition, when the Kazakhstan, when that government wanted to purchase for him a luxury sports car, they did so by funneling the exact amount to the Rosemont Seneca Bohai account. Hunter then went to the dealership and said that he was a signatory of some kind on the account. So he's willing to sign an affidavit saying something that's different than what he's telling Congress.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you just can't honestly look at some of that stuff and say, oh, it's just a mere coincidence. So let me ask you this, Congressman, is this a chance for Attorney General Merrick Garland to counter what so many of us for so long have been saying, that there's a two-tiered system of justice? If he sandbags this referral, what comes next in the investigation and the overall impeachment inquiry against the president, for that matter?
Yeah, I think we'll see if Merrick Garland has any self-respect whatsoever. Look, Attorney General Barr, when Roger Stone was found guilty of lying to Congress, Attorney General Barr prosecuted him for it. And I think that if Merrick Garland wants to follow the rule of law instead of be political, he will follow suit, and he will prosecute not just Hunter, but also Jim Biden. I wasn't able to tell you that the Jim Biden lie is that he was trying to cover for his brother. He was trying to say that Joe Biden did not have a meeting with Tony Bobulinski and their business associates, when Hunter Biden testified that not only did the meeting occur, Tony Bobulinski testified that the meeting occurred, and that Jim Biden was the one that set up the meeting. So not only was it wrong, he's the one that set it up. He should know better. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty significant, and that obviously gets them in deep water, hot water on all of this. If I can, Congressman Burlison, let me switch topics on you. This week, President Biden finally decided to look like he's trying to do something on the southern border. But according to reports, there's already like 10,000 migrants in the Border Patrol custody on Thursday, which is 4 times the limit that was set by the Biden administration. I played a little earlier, I don't know if you were able to hear it, a clip from Bill Malugin from Fox News. But can this executive order make any sort of dent in the problem that's been created on the southern border?
I don't believe so. If anything, it's whitewashing what's happening on the southern border. Look, they tried to pass a bill that, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats in the Senate tried to pass a bill that would basically absolve the first 5,000 people a day, ultimately 2 million people a year. Under this new executive order, Joe Biden is saying the first 2,500 people a day are absolved. They're able to enter illegally. But what it's not including are the people that apply through the CBP-1 app, which would be an enormous number of people. So you've got on the 2,500 people annually would be almost a million people. CBP-1 app would be 500,000 people. And then when you add to it one of the loopholes that the Biden administration is using to bring in, people from countries like Haiti, then you're pretty much there at the 2 million number, the same number that that the Biden administration has been averaging during every year of his administration, and that 2 million number that they wanted to try to have in their original bill. So for some reason, the Democrats they're focused on making sure they continue to bring in 2 million illegal immigrants every year.
It's amazing. And we've got reports of exemptions for migrants coming from countries that refuse deportation. So, I mean, that added into the mix is just an absolute disaster in every way. You've actually referred to all of this as an election year charade. Do you think American voters are going to fall for this lame attempt to so-called secure the border?
I don't think they will. I think that those people who do fall for it, they're part of the Democratic Party and they are brainwashed to that extent. But most people who have any common sense whatsoever understand that Donald Trump wants to secure the border and Joe Biden does not have any desire to secure the border. I think that's been obvious to anyone, and I don't think there's anything Joe Biden has done that will change their minds.
Well, there's no question that this is all politically motivated. Do you think any chance that this would have taken place were not there an upcoming election in a few months?
Probably. It probably wouldn't have happened. I mean, he's been in office for 3.5 years. He hasn't done anything except relax rules and regulations on the border, implemented close to 95 executive actions that were allowing more people to cross the southern border. So I think, to your point, yes, I think this is just political kabuki theater.
Well, it's unbelievable that we're playing with the safety of the American people and our national security, playing it all for political purposes. Thank you so much, Congressman Eric Burlison. Always great to have you on the program. We appreciate your input, and thank you for your service there on Oversight as well as the other committees. Hope you have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you, you too.